Hello, everyone. It's another Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obiajulo Olabisi Ubu, and with me are the ladies. Excellent morning, Mike.
Good morning, Obiajulo. Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing?
I am okay. I'm fine. I don't have gist too.
You're looking great in purple. Give us gist now.
Thank you.
What
I don't
happened
have
since?
gist. My nephew turned 26 on Sunday.
That's gist.
You know, so congratulations.
That's Madi, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Congratulations. You have become a
Happy
man.
birthday, Madi.
Like joke. He has crossed over from 25 to 26.
Yes.
26, that was the age my daughter got married. So
When is he planning to get married?
Don't pressure.
No,
Does he have a
got
babe?
married at about 30 or 32 or something.
Okay.
There's no pressure. I think men shouldn't marry too early. Personally,
I
that's.
agree with you. They have a lot of growing up to do.
Yes. You know, they are more immature than us now.
Yes.
At that age.
They should sow their wild oats.
And
That
let
when
him face his
they enter
music.
the marriage, they will know.
They will sit down.
They'll settle. I agree
And
with
they
you.
don't used to sit down. So
You look really amazing. I need to come for
Thank
some
you.
classes, for some fashion
Styling
classes,
classes.
so that when I wear blue, I have blue everywhere, you know?
don't make me laugh.
How you doing, Miriam?
I'm doing great. I'm fine. First of all, we need to shout out to a gentleman who gave us some gifts yesterday. We went to the market
Yes.
of your Julio and I, and he saw us and he was like, my God, Your View, you have made my day. You know, sometimes when you see that reaction, you're like, okay, thank you. You know, he was so happy.
He was really
He
happy.
said he watches the show and everything, and then he gave us ketchup, salad cream, and barbecue sauce.
Oh, that's so
All
sweet.
made in Nigeria, his
Nigerian
company.
product.
Oh, that is
Yes,
so
and he gave
nice.
it to us.
That is
Thank
so
you
nice.
so much.
Thank
We
you,
didn't
God
get his
bless
name.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
I can't remember his name.
Thank God you even said that too, because I remember I met two ladies at the Keja City Mall, and they're huge fans of the show. And they said, just mention us because we'll be watching.
Ah, you
Forgot.
now forgot.
Thank God you mentioned it. Because
She has
the
mentioned
ladies I met were at that supermarket.
You know yourselves when you hear that.
Yes, and I also like to mention Yinka Olatubosun. She works with This Day,
Okay.
a newspaper. I forgot to mention it yesterday. So
we saw
she did a
you.
feature on me, and it was a long time ago. I'd completely forgotten about it, and then it came out on Sunday. Sometimes some of these things come at a time where you just need a little
You need
boost.
them, yeah.
You know, and you're feeling
To tell you you're doing well.
Yeah, that you're
global
not feeling
now.
seen, and then you're like, we see you.
You're global now.
So thank
Miriam
you
is
so much.
global.
Yeah, global now.
We
You're
global
global
now.
now.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
The show when he
Yes.
I watched it. Where is he?
came. I don't know.
I don't know, he's been acting once in a while. Today is my daughter's birthday.
Oh.
My last baby. Olga says we're not doing another one, so she's my last baby. And she's turning 6 today. I called the school and they said because of COVID-19, no school celebrations, except I just want to get cupcakes. But she had already told me she wanted a get-together in the house. So I think now that the school has said no cake, we'll just do it at home. So maybe over the weekend, I'll just get her cake, make small food, and just play with her. That girl is my miracle baby.
Why?
She got stuck. Yeah, she got stuck, and then she had an injury on her arm, I think the left arm, and it wasn't moving. We're running for physiotherapy, as in, she's a miracle baby. But now the arm is moving. The arm, you wouldn't even know if I don't tell you that something happened to her as a young girl.
You said something that I found very interesting. You said, Oga said, we're not doing anymore.
Yes,
So
so
does that mean you still want?
I would have wanted one more boy to just keep my son company.
But if a girl comes and comes,
No, you do not come
twin
out
girls. Twin girls or triplets girls.
Oga will just drive her and the triplets out of
I'll
the
meet you. Or you just say, I'll see, I'm going to work. Then you just hear a call.
Thank you, ladies.
I'm in America. I've left you.
Thank you, ladies. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. So we're starting today with the Daily Trust. Insecurity, Naval Chief canvass for border walls. Electoral Act, pressure on lawmakers to adopt House version on e-transmission. 42 killed in attacks, reprisal in Kaduna. 2023, North rejects Southern governor's demand for power shift. says they are confused over VAT. Hails anti-banditry operation. Afenifere Pandef condemn stands governor's mom. Nigeria's e-Naira platform goes live without transactions. Fuel scarcity looms as tanker drivers mobilize for strike over poor roads and safety. One dies as classroom collapses on students in Ogun. How ISWAP fighters attacked our base in Sokoto. Who has your story in the Daily Trust?
Okay, so yesterday, we took the story where we had said that the military base in Sokoto was attacked by ISWAP fighters and there were casualties. The defense headquarters has confirmed this and saying that, yes, these people came, but that the military on the Nigerian side also, counter-attacked them. That, yes, there were casualties, but they were able to also, some of them were injured. They went after a few of them who ran off, but, and some of them were also killed. So it was not totally just like they took over of the Nigerian military side. The military too
was a tough battle.
Yes, it was a battle. And they're saying that, like we mentioned yesterday, that the shutdown of telecommunications has now allowed them to be using the telecommunication services from the neighboring country, and that's how they're able to bring themselves together and further, this attack. But we have some reports coming from Zamfara. People are saying it was not really ISWAP that did this. They said they've never had any ISWAP presence since 2018. They said it is a notorious bandit leader in the eastern part of Sokoto called Turji, who has claimed responsibility for this attack.
Wow.
So it's not, as far as it is not ISWAP, this is this person that has claimed the attack. And people also in the neighboring area are saying there's no sign of these bandits running away from their place or any leader being killed. That yes, sometimes they move from camp to camp. That yes, they can just tell that they have moved from camp to camp, but there's nothing to show that these people were killed.
Are scared or something.
Based on what the military is saying, that they are saying there's nothing to show that these bandits were shot at or killed or that they ran away from their base. So those are the...
I look for that because I listened to that story on the radio, and I look, because in Zamfara they've locked down communications, and I'm hoping we treat it here as a topic, because if the bandits still have access to communication and the residents don't have access to communication,
It's worse off.
They are worse off because they can't call for help, they can't do anything, I can't do my daily business. I mean, we are living in the 21st century, for goodness sake.
I think it worked.
How can you not have
communication?
But
No. Just let us put ourselves in the people of Zamfara. Are we saying that they are villagers and they don't deserve to have communication?
No.
How do you,
Okay, so the reason
had
they
a
did this
reason
was
for
for the
this.
security. And I
Yes.
think it should have been a very short-term measure.
Very short.
Because it's taken so long, the bandits have capitalized on that.
They found the loopholes.
And they're using that.
which is it's going to be obvious. How can, just imagine they said that all of us were not going to use phone again for the next 1 week.
Well, they're taking
How
off
will
Twitter.
Yeah, we
They're taking
survived.
off Twitter.
We still
We're
have-
not
we still
surviving
have
like
other-
Some people can still go on
Let's
Twitter.
move on.
We will not have phone for the next 1
Do
week.
you have a story here?
I was just going to
The fuel scarcity?
What do you call them? The tankers.
Tanker drivers, okay?
Yeah, they said that they're going to go on strike because of the bad state of the roads, and they're not allowed to put the tankers are not, they don't make sure they have their safety valves, so their lives are
At risk. Safety valves for the truck.
for the trucks.
Yeah, for the
safety
inflamables.
valves. The roads are bad, and there was one other thing,
That they mentioned.
the tonnage capacity.
Yes.
So they take more than the
More than they are supposed to carry.
Yes. Wow.
So the marketers are the ones who are doing that.
Who
and
are
people
at
selling.
fault,
Yeah.
and the government is not ensuring that all
Compliance.
these things are put in place,
Yeah.
and they actually face the law.
Yeah,
or
they
do
said
the right
that, I
thing.
think the strike was supposed to happen from May 1st. They suspended it, but they said now they are giving the federal government to the 8th of October. If nothing is done, they will go back. Please, fuel should not increase at this time. Everything else has increased. Moving on now to the nation. 42 killed, houses razed in Kaduna attacks. Mob lynched Lagos police chief won't die in vain, says CP. Government raises visitation panel for LASU. 7.5 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines expected. Ohaneze seeks end to killings, arson in Southeast. North governors, emirs reject power shift in 2023. Sit-at-home traders devise means to recoup losses. 13 wedding guests die in crash. Who has what in the
I have
nation?
the story from Kaduna State. Very sad story. 42 people have been reported killed in Zongo and Kataf and Karura local government areas in Kaduna State. They said that this was within 24 hours, was described as unrestricted bloody violence. They say on Monday, 8 people were killed in Zongo and Kataf, but Sunday evening before this Zongo and Kataf in Karura, 40 people were killed. Houses set ablaze. They said these bandits, terrorists, wherever they are, came into the community and it was raining and they just started shooting at everybody. So most of those who died were women and children. The Southern Kaduna People's Union, they're saying that that for their communities, they did not see enough Operation Safe Haven, police and other security operatives presence in those communities, and that they do not even have something as cheap and as small as a drone for surveillance. They feel that, and they're expressing that for them, they feel it's deliberate because the Hausa Fulani communities seem to have a heavier police and security operative presence. That's according to them. And they're saying that, we hear these things coming from that area all the time. Every time there's one killing or the other in these communities, and we just wonder what's happening. These people are sad and broken. Imagine to wake up one day and just hear 40 people were just killed like that. So we just hope that they find who these people are, arrest them, prosecute them name them, and let's see who they are.
Yeah. Do you have a story in the nation, ma?
I was going to just continue on that story because the Catholic Diocese of Kafanchan, Mr. Michael Magaji, said they were going to have a mass burial. So just to draw the attention of the world to their plight, because they have just embalmed 32 corpses. I think it's such a sad, because I read it in the Vanguard as well.
Okay.
The sad story.
Yes.
Okay, let me take the 7.5 million doses of COVID-19. So Nigeria will take delivery of that 7.5 million doses of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine between October and early November, according to the Presidential Steering Committee. They said about 3.5 million doses donated by the United States government will arrive next month, while the remaining 4 million is expected in November. They also said that the country will soon begin to receive 1 million doses of Johnson & Johnson anti-COVID-19 vaccine every month. Yeah. Okay. So the quantities will give us that herd immunity. They want to be able to vaccinate about 70% of people in the country. And that's a very interesting one. So hopefully, most people will be vaccinated. We have not died.
Nigerians, because when you have the Edo State governor saying, oh, if you don't take the vaccine, you can't go to work. You don't even have enough vaccines, so how can you be saying...
Yeah, but what they're saying is that they have vaccines that are there and people are not taking the ones that they even have.
Because
that's why they're making more.
If everybody in Edo State decides that, okay,
we want to
I want to take this vaccine, do you have enough?
Yeah, but they won't all decide at the same time.
But even if you get there, let that be our problem.
That we don't have enough.
We don't even want to take vaccines. Let the problem be we are ready to take the vaccines, but we don't have.
Moving on to the punch. I hope I have time to take this before a break. Okay. Anger trails Northern governors' opposition to 2023 power shift. 74% global youth population in Nigeria, 9 others 2041, according to the World Bank. Group floods Osun with Osibaju's 2023 presidential posters. FIRS officials charged with document falsification lose bid to stop trial. We are investigating extortion of inbound travelers at airports, federal government. Petrol subsidy hits 905.27 billion. Oil rises to $79.71. 48 killed in Kaduna fresh attacks, Sokapo blames police. 1 dies, 16 rescued as Lagos boat hits rock. PDP knocks Ogun State governor over Abiodun, government over Abiodun, deputy speaker's foreign trips. What do we have here?
I want to take the PDP.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm shocked. So shocked.
The People's Democratic Party have faulted the governor, Dr. Abiodun, and his deputy, Noimot Salako Oyedele. They left the country at the same time.
Whoa.
When Dr. Abiodun was leaving, he left shortly after his father's burial, and he was seen with the party leader. He handed over to his secretary, the Secretary of State, not the deputy. So the deputy, in annoyance, said, "Hey, you've handed over to him.
Going
okay, myself, I'm going to
Wow.
London."
Wow.
She said went to London. Then the speaker said, since everybody is out,
I'm
going to America.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Everybody go.
Who's going to do the work?
That's where they are now. Maybe that's why our road is not touched.
Wow. Let's take a short break. The newspaper.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With News Bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial.
Okay, welcome back. So please, I really don't believe that story. Give it to us.
Okay, so the state chairman of PDPO said that he described it the height of insensitivity to governance. He said the governor traveled out, followed by his deputy, followed by the speaker. He said, I'm not disappointed. He said, the annual independence celebration will be coming up on Friday. They should shall return.
Before that?
Before Friday.
Wow.
So that they can mark that day.
Wow,
So the press guy now contacted the chief press secretary of the governor, Kunle Shomorin. That one said, please go and call the commissioner of information.
To answer you.
And the chief of staff.
I hope they're in the country.
So when they put calls to those ones, they didn't pick up.
Are they in the country?
They didn't answer. Maybe that's why, so that they won't waste their credits.
They have all traveled.
All of them have traveled.
But this is the height of...
Yeah, it's just like say a father and mother leave the children alone.
Complexity. Go
Anyway,
ahead, please. You have a story.
Yes, I got the major headline. So the northern governors have met in Kaduna, and they are responding to the call for a southern presidency. You know that the southern governors have been clamoring for, and a lot of other groups have sort of endorsed. They're saying, first of all, call for presidency to the south is unconstitutional, and that to be the president in Nigeria, you have to meet the requirements, and the requirements are majority votes, at least 25% of votes cast into 2/3 of states, and then in case of a runoff, a simple majority win. So it is not calling for regional zoning that makes someone a president. So even though they are aware that even some northern governors or leaders or groups have sort of endorsed this message, you know, for the different reasons, for unity and things like that, it is unconstitutional. So they have put that one aside. Then concerning VAT and the judgment of the Federal High Court, it says that it brings, what it has done, that it brings to question the constitutionality of VAT, withholding tax, education tax, Niger Delta Development Commission, National Economic Development Council, and all the others that are levied and collected by FIRS. It says states are confusing VAT with sales tax. And if states enact their own various VAT, it would lead to increase in prices of goods and, you know, and services, and that there will be also a collapse in interstate trade. They said VAT is not the same as production tax, like excise tax, but it's a terminal tax which is paid by the final consumer. And that the reason why Lagos would say it has like 50% of taxes is because most of the telecommunication banks, manufacturing companies are headquartered in Lagos. And they have been erroneously attributed with the VAT. They are erroneously collecting the VAT because VAT is actually meant to be paid by the final consumer.
They have said quite a lot.
So, different people have come out. Akeredolu says, they have the right to say what they have to say. Yes, Pandef have called them all sorts of names. Some people have said that they are being mischievous. This is the northern governors are not really for the unity of the country. They are just different things that they have said.
I think we're going to talk about it, yes. Thank you for that detailed explanation of everything they have said. Moving on to the Vanguard. UN speech. Practice what you preach, Afenifere tells Buhari. COVID-19, federal government probes airport officials for aiding protocol breach. Access Bank chairman blames mismanagement for poor state economy. Bandits unleash horror on 2 Kaduna communities, kill 34. That's what we have here. Who has what?
Yes, so the chairman of Access Bank, Dr. Awoshika, said that really, okay, this was at the annual management conference of the Nigerian Institute of Management, and he was saying that that cumulative mismanagement is responsible for the state of our economy. That's the underperformance of our economy.
Okay.
And that the country needs to stop blaming the pandemic for the state of our economy. It says that even as a country, Nigeria, we didn't even get the worst of it compared to other countries. So we cannot keep using that as an excuse. And it says, over the years, due to economic mismanagement by the country's leadership, it is obvious that the country is currently performing below its potentials because of cumulative mismanagement. And it says that government has to own responsibility for where we are today. She mentioned that in Nigeria, the two most recent recessions occurred in 2016, which we quickly got out of, and 2020. The 2016 was localized and 2020 global in nature. Yes, but we cannot keep talking about pandemic as the reason why we're in this.
Where we
just
are.
many years of mismanagement.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Okay. So the federal government yesterday is vowing to probe some airport officials who continue to extort inbound international travelers with a view to helping them evade quarantine. So what they do is when you come in, they can, you pay them different amounts of money and then you're not allowed to go into quarantine. And this is furthermore causing the spread of COVID-19, especially from people who are coming in from other countries. So the chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee, PSC, Mr. Boss Mustafa, talked about how they are going to carry out investigations because some of the travelers are actually the ones reporting how this is going on. And they have found out that some staff members of the airlines and even some medical doctors are complicit in this. And so they are going to probe them and hopefully prosecute them when.
The federal government says it's not even 51,400 they've been collecting from people, but 31,000 because they collect that as what you need to pay to do the test when you come in. Okay.
You want to take a story here?
I just want to talk about the Afenifere saying that Buhari is not practicing what he's preaching. He said in Buhari's speech, he talked about Israel and he called for Palestine and Israel to resolve their differences and that the skirmishes between both borders is the question of justice and fairness and equity. So they are saying, come, you are saying that about what of inside your own country? What are you doing to settle the skirmishes inside your own country? That is it only on the global level that this is fair? So inside your country, you can be fighting.
Charity begins at home.
First of all, check when they say clean the cockroach in your eye before you remove the cockroach in Marian's eye.
Moving on to the Sun. Northern Governors Deaths out on 2023 presidency. We've taken that. 13 die in road accidents in Rivers. Gunmen kill 4 in Anambra. Race 4 vehicles. Sit at home easing out in Southeast. Life gradually returns in Owerri, Umuahia, others. Aba deserted. Vehicle conveying foodstuffs raised in Enugu. WHO to build world-class laboratory in Enugu. Secrecy in government undermines access to information editors. Do you have any story in the Sun?
Yes, I do. So the vehicle conveying fruits and vegetables coming from the north was stopped and then set ablaze in Idem Junction, Ibia Gua, Nike, or is it Nike in Enugu is local government area of the state. They said, first of all, no lives were lost, but they said it seemed like this was in accordance with the sit-at-home injunction where everybody's meant to sit at home, and this vehicle was coming with proceeds from the north, and they just stopped and set everything ablaze. Although it says that the fire service came in quickly and put the fire out, and the police was also contacted. Although they did not confirm, the police did not confirm the story, but they said they will get back to it later. as of the time of this report. Please, when it comes to food and things like that, I think it's important
That's
to know the
personal businesses.
Apart from business, they are taking it to feed people, to eat.
Yeah, but the leadership of IPOB, repeatedly announced that they have suspended the sit at home. So they are saying that they are not the ones doing all of this. They cannot be destroying themselves. So there are hoodlums who have taken advantage of what is happening to cause mayhem in the southeast. And they are looking for them. They are going to fish them out. Now, you can't be fighting somebody on the outside and then eating up yourselves. They also said that they got wind of... some bandits are planning to invade the southeast, and they're going to put it on IPOB members. They're saying they cannot fight their people. Why they started that was to fight for freedom, not killing their own people. So they are not the ones, doing what is happening right now, and they are still going to join hands, join security agencies to fight the hoodlums who are perpetrating this.
I think this is very important they do this. I think it is because number one, is giving IPOB a very bad name.
Yes, it is.
So even the people who are supporting them will stop supporting them, because if you are not killing us,
so what's the point? And a lot of them,
so they need to investigate it quickly.
Yeah, they're still adhering to the sit at home, even though they have said it's over because of fear. When you come out, things can be damaged. Nobody's there to protect you.
So it's, that's my problem with protests in this country. When you take your protest to the streets, the people your enemies will take it over.
Take advantage and just...
It's what happened during NSAS. It's not... The NSAS was peaceful.
Yes.
And then...
Criminal elements.
What people said is the people that they sent to come and spoil everything. So, of course, everyone now started criticizing NSAS, But at first, it was peaceful.
Yes.
So we need to...
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll take the hot topic of today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Ọdún wa sọ yẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ píjẹ́ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best.
Doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century. Of a century, speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Hamawa, which is celebrated every year between the months of August and September, is to observe the day hunger was defeated, hooted at, and ridiculed.
We only celebrate Omo Festival because in the olden days, we were in anger and we got food to eat.
Entertainment is an opportunity.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. Yesterday, the governors of Nigeria's northern states have rejected the principle of rotational presidency, saying it is against the constitution of the country. The chairman of the forum, Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong, issued a statement on the outcome of the meeting. The governors also opposed the position of their southern counterparts on the value-added tax. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the communique by the northern governors? That's one. What do you also make of the rotational presidency? That's 2. Which region should produce the presidency come 2023? So we're going to be dissecting all of this. To join the conversation, call us on 081-270-53-687 or 091-390-76948. Let us get your thoughts on this. So, you know, I was asking myself the question, why now? Why now? Before this particular administration, we still had an option of saying it was not constitutional. Zoning was not constitutional, but nobody talked about it. All we heard was it was the turn of the North, it was the turn of the North, it was the turn of the North. Why now? Why are we bringing this up now? Miriam, what do you think?
Okay. I should have gone later because I feel that this is my region, and this is because if we look at it in paper, they're right. Constitutionally, zoning is not, it's unconstitutional. It's not in our constitution that we would zone these offices. You are elected. And, they also read, from the communique, they read in the ways what the requirements are to be the president of Nigeria or whatever other offices we're holding. We get that. But the reason people have asked for this right now, when they're saying we should make it go to the south, and some people are even more specific, they're saying southeast, is because a lot of people feel that for a while now, for a few years now, we're constantly fighting amongst ourselves because a group of people feel that, they are not represented, they are sidelined, they are disenfranchised, they are marginalized in so many ways. So this, even though may not be in the Constitution, even though it's not in paper, even though it's not a document stamped, is something that we're looking at our situation right now and thinking, you know what, the way forward would be to do this because it will make some people feel this Nigeria is for all of us. And in this case, it would be that the person is, is the right person. They're not just saying just go to this region and just pick anybody to represent, but the right person from that region. Let's put our support, let's galvanize all the support and push someone from that region so that the whole of Nigeria would feel, united as one. And especially because all the other regions, the northern region, southwest may say, okay, yes, we can say we have seen over the years that we have been represented at this level. So it would not really be bad if we galvanize. So I think that's what the conversation is about. But, another thing where I have to stand with this is this conversation has also never been a conversation of governance. It has always been a party conversation. Party members would sit down, or, parties would sit down and would say, okay, who are we pushing forward at the party level? And then you leave Nigerians to decide who they vote for. But when you do it now at the governance level, so I guess that's why you bring the conversation of unconstitutionality. But at the party level, you can have whatever conversations you have, and then when you bring them, Nigerians will decide. So that is how I understand what is happening here. But personally, as a Nigerian, seeing what has been happening, I just want the best person for Nigeria to be the president. And I do not care where the person is from. But would it feel like a more united front if someone came from the southeast? Yes, it would feel that way. To be honest, I would love to see, personally, I would love to see someone from that region.
Let us even see what they can do.
A good person, person who is qualified and experienced and has the heart of a Nigerian, a true united Nigerian. That's somebody I would like to see.
Okay, what do you think?
About it being unconstitutional, it is a gentleman's agreement. It is not a constitutional agreement. The parties decided amongst themselves. When this year, if you come from the north, next year you come from the south, or you come from the east, or you come from the west. That is the gentleman's agreement that everybody. That is why after Jonathan, both parties put the northerners. There was
said it was their turn.
Yes, Buhari and Atiku. That was why Jonathan lost, because the North felt this one that you want to come for a second term. No, it's our turn. That when it was our turn, our own person died. Remember when Yaradua was there?
Yes.
Then, so it is the gentleman's agreement between parties. So I don't know why they're talking about constitution. That's number one. Number two, I am with Miriam when she says, look, since Nzegu, as far as I can remember, nobody from the East has ever
been president.
So let us even try for once and see.
I like that.
If they will, because at least we know that they are good businessmen. We know that they are good economists and traders. So let us even try, because the doldrums that Nigeria is in, we need to come out of it quickly before it engulfs and buries all of us. Me, I have nowhere to go. This is my country. So I pray we don't have war, because this is where I don't have any intention of going anywhere.
Where is there to go for us?
And I have any intention of carrying my bag on my head and running to the Republic border.
Kafanchan
is in Nigeria now. We'll all be leaving to the border.
So we'll all be running to border. Some will go to Cameroon, some will go to... In fact, those ones will even waiting for us. You have come with 200 million people. Oh yeah. Jail, all of you, before we deport. So where are we going?
We need to make it work.
We need to make it work. So there is division right now. And this kind of conversation that they're having, okay, they may say, okay, the southern governors had their own, where they said, but they feel that as per the gentleman's agreement, it's now
it has to be obeyed. The integrity of obeying the gentleman's agreement. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take phone calls and messages. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
At At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Entertainment for me, first of all, I say is a vocation, is work for me, is a way of life that brings about
Thanks for staying with us. We have a caller on the line, Edward from Liverpool. Good morning, Edward. Oh, we lost that. Okay, so, you know, there's been this conspiracy theories that the North is not ready to relinquish power. And with what is happening now, with the things we're hearing them say now, do you think that is beginning to be true? And do you also think that this will further either divide us further or bring unity to the Nigerian country?
It will definitely divide us because already there is this division. There is this, the Yoruba saying their own, the IPOB saying their own, everybody. The Northerners too are saying their own. So there is this division already. So I think we need a leader that's going to actually bring us together. As one. You know, because when Oyibo colonized us, they colonized us and divided Africa so that we'll always be fighting.
For their benefits.
For their own benefits.
Yeah.
Now we are playing into that script. What is happening in Nigeria is playing into that script. And Nigeria, we've managed to escape all these wars, apart from the Biafran war, sorry. Yeah. We didn't escape, actually.
We didn't escape that.
But we've forgotten. Yeah. We've forgotten about that war. So I think that what we need is someone. I really don't care who leads us as long as it's the right person.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yeah. Let's take this call, YK. Olabuju from Festa. Good morning, Olabuju.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning,
and
sir.
How are you?
We're doing
First-time
amazing.
caller.
Welcome to the show.
very much for that topic. It is unfortunate that the northern governors are now coming here now at this material time to say that it's unconstitutional. What is unconstitutional about it? The fact is, it was a gentleman's agreement right from the time of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. When Chief Obasanjo was to become president, they all rallied around for the Southwesterner to be the president. There was no doubt about it as a compensation to that of Abiola, late MKO. Now, after that, they said it has to go back to the north. So it was the time of Yar'Adua. Unfortunately, Yar'Adua died before the expiration. And at that time, Jonathan became the president. In compensation, now our gentleman Buhari is now there so that the northerners can have their own opportunity. It is the time for it to go back to the south. Whether it's good for the southwest, southeast, south-south is another issue. The issue now is the whole thing should come back to the south. For the northerners now to be saying that it's not part of the constitution. It was a gentleman's agreement, and we were all honoring it. So they too should honor it if they are not having another thing to do.
Thank you so much, Edward. Let's take another call. Isaiah from Abuja. Good morning, Isaiah.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I love this wonderful topic that we're having today.
Thank you.
I'm also from the north, but I think we have been a little bit selfish. When you begin to hear laws and constitution, it's actually when we know that it's going to affect us from the north. We are talking about constitution at the moment, but previously, when Goodluck was there, nobody talked about constitution. It would be right if we have 4 children at home, and today I take the morning devotion, tomorrow the next person do the same thing. So we are having equal rights. Not because maybe I'm the oldest, so I must be the only intelligent person to carry out the work.
The leader.
In each region, must be a competent leader. As the other lady said, yes, we don't care where the person is coming from. We need somebody who can unite the nation at the moment. But
Oh, thank you so much, Isaiah. We'll take a short break now. Oh, okay. Miriam, you wanted to give your thoughts.
So, you mentioned conspiracy theories. And for me, usually I do not like to, dwell on things like that. And it's because it's important that we need to be sensitive in this time, especially as we have dissenting views, dissenting voices when it comes to ethnicity, religion, and things like that. But I think I would just like to make a case for, some other parts of Nigeria, especially the north, on some theories too that they may be afraid of. And I think it's also important that the other regions that are putting themselves out to run for the office of the president need to find ways to, allay some of these fears. There's a fear of the Southeast constantly calling for secession. There's a fear that, they are in different types of groups. So do we trust? So these are the thoughts of the common Nigerian mind. Can we trust a person who is willing every time to say, give us our own, we're not part of you anyways? So those are the questions. How can I trust someone from that region to come and represent all of our, all of our interests? Why? Because anything that happens, these people try to separate themselves from us. They say that we are different people, we want our place, we don't feel...
Because they feel...
But that's the conversation. And so when you now decide that this is what you want to represent now the whole of Nigeria, you need to start having conversations with your groups in that region and saying to them, if we need to be accepted by the whole of Nigeria, we need to be seen as wanting to be part of this whole Nigeria. So all those divisions need to be sorted out. And then when you come forward, you know, those are the fears that are there, and those are the things that we need to accept.
Okay, let's take this call from Mohammed. Mohammed from Port Harcourt. Good morning, Mohammed.
Yes, good morning, PC. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. So I think, PC, the point here, I think, is in overflow. The northern governors are not opposing a southern president. They are opposing a shift that we will say the power must shift to the south. So what they are saying is, if a southerner wants to be a president, he should go through the political channel, rally around the country, get the support from different sections of the country, and consolidate on that, and become eventually, when he gets the majority, becomes the president. So I believe that's the point and the standpoint of the northern governors, and not an issue of no, a southerner cannot be.
Yes.
Thank you so much. But yeah, you wanted to say something, because I wanted to ask that we know how this politics happen. We know how the power play goes. And if we say that we are going to be in support of this particular person, we galvanize every other person to, you know, support that person. But if we do not agree that we're not, if we say for now we're not zoning, if you can come out, come out. If you have the people, we know how we work behind the scenes to make sure that the person we want comes up. So the question is, do we think a region should matter in terms of governance? Where are we exactly as a united front?
A region, you see, personally, because I don't have tribalism in my blood. I do not. I don't believe anybody is less or more because of whichever region they come from. That is my own. I love people from all over Nigeria. And that's why I say what I need is a competent person for Nigeria, not
whatever tribe or region
you come from or what region. Just a competent person. And I hear what Miriam is saying about the trust. Because of this, and that's why I don't believe in all this secession. We have to make it work. We have to, look, our theme for celebration this year is Viva Nigeria, Long Live Nigeria or something. Sorry, it's Viva Nigeria, Sha. And I've gotten abuses from people. Wait, shut up, what are you talking about? Which Long Live Nigeria?
Which Nigeria?
And when I get it, I'm like, but why? Why are you abusing me? Because I believe that Nigeria should be one.
Okay, let's take this call. Lawrence from the UK. Good morning, Lawrence. We lost. You know, we lost
and when we talk about the North, you know, the North is the space is huge.
The landmass.
The landmass is huge. But the Northerners are all very different.
Yes.
You have different people.
But we don't know that.
We don't know that. We just lump everybody together. You have the Thieves, you have the Hausas, you have the Fulanis, you can the Nupes, you know, so many. A lot of those ones too feel marginalized.
Yeah.
And we don't even know, because we don't know our history, we don't know our geography.
Yes. Okay, I think this conversation.
When you look at the South, they too have, you know, a whole lot of different tribes.
You need to come close to understand.
So you need to understand. So there'll constantly be that need for, let it be my own particular region.
But can't we have a country where everybody is given an opportunity to be heard? Everybody. That's why they're saying restructure. Because when you restructure, every region will come with, these are the people we have in our region. These are some of the terms we want to agree to. And if it's palatable for everybody, we agree and we move on. But if you keep having it as a unitary state where a few segments of the state, a few groups are seen as the majority and most others are seen as the minority, we're still going to keep having this problem. And I think the conversation is not ending now. But let's take a short break. When we come back, we move on to other topics. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All Tim in place? VCR?
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us on the show is the Coordinator, Mental Health Desk, Lagos State Ministry of Health, Dr. Tolu Ajomale, and Mrs. Stephanie Adams Douglas of I Choose Life Foundation. They will be discussing mental health and coping mechanisms among young people. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, ma'am. I hope she can hear. So I would like you to tell us what mental health is, break it down for the layman out there to understand what's
right.
about.
So usually when we have conversations around mental health, people usually think about people roaming the streets in tattered clothes and things like that. But generally, I like to say that everyone exists on a spectrum, right? On a mental health, either have very good mental health or very poor mental health. And at every point in time, we're moving around that spectrum, depending on the things that happen around us. Environmental issues, social issues. That kind of pushes us back and forth along that spectrum. So it's all about, our ability to be able to actualize our life dreams, be productive to the society, and be happy, essentially, and being in a state of well-being. So when we speak around mental health, we are speaking around the well-being of the person. And there's a very common mantra that is, there is no health without mental health.
So mental health simply means when you are okay.
Yes, psychologically, emotionally,
every
you're
aspect.
in that balance, yes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, you mentioned when people hear mental health, they just think you're out on the streets and things like that. And really, that is one of the reasons we don't even want to have that conversation in our homes or in our schools, because just to say to someone, maybe you need to see a therapist. Like, how dare you? It's like
Yes.
insulting someone. So I think the question is, although I'm seeing a lot of it lately, is how do we have these conversations and make it normal to have this conversation and understand, it seems like I need to check my mental health. I'm tilting towards this side. What do we do?
Right, so I think last couple of months or year has actually raised that conversation a lot more. On social media, a lot more people are talking about, I need to check my mental health, or I need to get into my mental well-being. And it's a good thing because it's one of the things that we've been hoping to achieve, to normalize conversations around mental health, for everyone to understand that there's a part that they all have to play in their lives to make sure. And I think part of the reason why that became one of the topics on the forefront was because of the isolation, the lockdown. People were now in their own space and they were seeing themselves, and there was a certain sense of self-awareness. And they began to understand that there were certain things they were dealing with that they had totally ignored because, you know, there were a lot of distractions with work, with our social lives, but all of that stopped, right? And then we're able to confront ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror, and then ask questions like, am I really happy? You know, am I in a good place? Is this me? Are my relationships working, right? Because it was in that same period they had a lot of incidents of domestic violence, people dealing with all kinds of issues, you know. So it is a good thing, you know, that we're in that space now. And a lot of people have begun to have those conversations. We have a lot of advocates that are speaking up, a lot of non-governmental organizations that are trying to, you know, create awareness around the importance of taking care of your mental health and making sure that you have positive, you know, mental awareness or mental sense of self. And that when you don't, you know that, you know, you need help, right? And then there's someone you can always talk to for help. And like, you know, I said earlier, you know, part of that conversation is changing the whole narrative about recognizing that mental illness is not just, you know, schizophrenia or people roaming the streets or that whole Yaba left concept. And there's something that I usually hear with some of our specialists that if you check it, there's actually more madness at Yaba right than there is at the Yaba left that we always talk about. You know, so understanding that, you know, and creating more awareness, more information around it, that there's a wide array of issues when we speak about mental health. Anxiety, for example, you know, depression, you know, so many issues from childhood to when we get really old are part of the conversations we need to have. So increasing that level of literacy amongst people so they understand the whole, you know, gamut of the spectrum of mental health.
Yeah, so I personally believe, Waike, I'll come to you in a bit, that almost everybody in Lagos is mad because the level of stress in this city, you're driving on the road, the way the bus riders, in fact, you see well-dressed young ladies coming out to throw punches with bus drivers. And I'm wondering, wow, do you ever think that for a city like Lagos, we can get to a point where people begin to take note and take care of their mental health?
Yes, I think we can. So like you mentioned, understanding that there are a lot of stressors that exist in our society. And I think it's not just limited to Lagos, but a lot of urban societies are under that pressure of trying to, you know, achieve your life dreams, and then you're meeting with different kinds of people on your way to work, right, on the road, and especially in a city like Lagos where we have a lot of traffic. So there's that pressure of, you know, waking up really early and then spending hours before you get to work, and then dealing with the stress of work, and then spending hours before you get home, and then you don't even get enough sleep at night, and then you're all into the whole cycle again every day. At some point, we will tend to break, right? The stress level will pull us and make us begin to react. So a lot of the things that we see on the streets are not necessarily triggered by that particular incident, right? But it's a combination of all the pressures and the stress that they have had to deal with every single day. And that point in time was just an outlet for them to begin to. So sometimes you wonder, you ask yourself, what really happened just now? And then the person got out of his car, took a bat, and smashed somebody's windshield. It wasn't really because they were struggling to get into somebody's space. There was a lot of pressure. Either dealing with, you know, relationship issues at home, children are going through certain things in life, you know, and all of that. So there are so many stresses. And an urban society is a huge trigger in itself.
Let's take a short break. The conversation continues when we come back. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
M&B paracetamol. Pain can't stop you. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor.
Thanks for staying with us. So I have a question for Mrs. Stephanie. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Loud and clear, I can hear you.
Okay. So in your line of work, so I know that you have a foundation that you help people with mental health issues. What would you say are the statistics of people in Nigeria that have mental health issues?
At the moment, right now, we have over 60%. That's the statistics, yes, over 60%. And when I talk about mental health, we're not just talking about people who are roaming on the street. Like you said earlier on with Dr. Jomale, not people who are literally throwing stones at people. We're talking about little things, quote and unquote, that people see as anxiety, depression, and so much more. A lot of people are going through a lot in their daily lives, especially young people. However, we have chosen to just take it as a slight thing or a normal thing. You know, every day people are talking about, oh, I feel bad, I'm so anxious, I feel depressed, talking about their work environment, talking about so many things, and even how the climate itself here in Nigeria makes us feel a little bit stiff, you know. but we have all just taken it as a normal thing, which is unlikely. And talking about that, we have come to realize over the few years that a lot of people are focused on adults or, elderly people, but there are few foundations or few people who are talking about young people between ages 14 to 25, because that's a critical stage. That's the stage where a lot of young people are dealing with coping mechanisms. That's the stage where a lot of young people are exposed to so many things, be it in secondary schools, in high institutions, And I literally took interest in mental health when I was a teenager, considering that I got to realize that there was little or no intervention for young people except for medical interventions, So we thought a support system is important for young people. A group is important for young people where we can actually just focus on this demography and give them the support that they need.
Thank you.
So you say 60%. So that means at this table, one person.
All of us.
Yeah,
one person is a very large.
All of us. Waiki. All of us.
No, they say 60%.
No, all of us.
We are 4 now.
All of us on this table.
The interesting part of it.
I'm just thinking, since most of them are very large. What is the solution? Really and truly, because we all go through the stress of the traffic. I think it's mad the way we even cause the traffic. It's madness. What is this? How are we going to find this solution? Because Dr. Ajamale here says there's a solution. He has not convinced me there's a solution yet. Please convince me.
Stephanie, are you there? Okay.
Oh, I'm right here.
Okay.
So, the thing is, a lot of people don't believe there's a solution because they are not willing to open up. And that's because, yes, we live in a climate where a lot of people use your situation or what you're going through to make jest of you. We have seen that in several occasions, But we can start by a support group, having to speak to a psychologist, a professional, and that's why we have people like Dr. Ojomale. At I Choose Life Foundation, we work with a lot of professionals, psychologists, psychiatrists. Of recent, we signed an agreement or a partnership with the Karu Psychiatric General Hospital, where we get a lot of young people that are going through a lot. In fact, we had a situation where a young child actually told his mother that a close friend or a relative rather has introduced him to some substance. And because and that's on another level, but the mother never believed him because she thought, oh no, it's something like that could not happen. And it did escalate to a level where we had to intervene. Of recent, we saw a lady here in Abuja, a young lady who was absolutely misusing drugs, and we took intervention. The thing is, we can start with these conversations, and that's what we are doing. We are trying our possible best to change the narrative. We're trying our possible best to let people know that it is not normal for you to feel depressed. It is not normal for you to feel a long-time anxiety or to have long-term anxiety. You can speak to a professional. You can speak to someone. You will be so surprised that a simple solution would be speaking to a professional, vetting out. Because it takes a lot when you vet out. And when you do that, there is a lot of, it's like you've taken a log out of your heart or out of your chest, So you're already seeking or you're already finding solution by speaking to professionals. And one of the reasons why we're doing this is because a lot of young people are actually being celebrated for so many things in the entertainment industry, in the sports industry, but you do not know what they are going through. Recently, a sports athlete who was at the Under-20 World Championship in Kenya shared his experience about how he was injured at the last stage of it, but because he wanted to make Nigeria proud, he had to take that. He had to take that in. Do you know the brevity to do that for your country, you know. And in the course of our conversation and our work as a foundation, we got to find out that this person literally sacrificed for his country. What do? We need him to speak with a professional. We need him to speak with a psychologist, because you never can tell the effect that will have on someone's mental health long term.
All right, Stephanie. Miriam.
You know, I just like, you know, where we're going with mental health and children. I was mentioning to you off camera that recently I have this great passion for child psychology, and I've been taking some online courses. And sometimes I feel that, and in doing that, it has opened my eyes that if we handle or introduce children to therapy and psychologists early, it would help with some of the issues like in their teenage years and adulthood, and even maybe the whole of like a state like Lagos, where because of the stressors being an urban center, you know, it will just have you act a certain way or respond a certain way. If we are open to mental health interventions early enough, do you think that that would affect us in our adulthood?
Yes.
Positively.
Usually, we usually say that, so there's this term that they use in psychiatry about plasticity. So it refers to the developmental time, you know, in the child's life where he's trying to understand his emotions, right? So we understand that a lot of the trauma that happens in childhood has an impact in later on in life. And that's of people who are much older. If you really do your thorough interventions and you go through the psychotherapy that the patients usually would, you know, are asked to go through, a lot of the fundamental issues that have evolved into mental illnesses in adulthood had started from childhood. So helping children to understand their emotions, helping children to learn coping mechanisms is part of the things that will help them have a resilient mindset as they get older. So the two things here now, there's on one part, you want the child to understand what it means to be angry, why they're angry, be able to express or say why they're feeling that way. When they're happy, express why they're feeling that way. But also when they're feeling those negative emotions, to learn what to do to come back to a neutral point, right? And coping mechanisms is one of the triggers that leads to the use of substances as they grow older.
Yeah, so you are the, because I'm about to let him go. But I want to know
before you let him go, please, before you let him go, doctor.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm frustrated. NEPA, gas, traffic. Should I name more?
No, we know there are plenty.
I'm frustrated. All that one is trigger. Please, what's my solution?
Coping mechanism.
So, you know, like how we've had this conversation now, you've been able to talk about it and we've been able to laugh about it. It doesn't take away the problem, right? You still need to fix the issue that is causing the trigger. But how you respond to those stressors is what we're trying to address. Okay, so yes, there's power failure. Yes, you have to deal with traffic. You have to go to work. You have to do so many things. You still have to do those things. But how do you deal with them? How do you cope? How are you resilient in moving through while you're trying to find the solution, while you're trying to achieve your life's
My
dreams?
brain sometimes is screaming.
Yes, I want to ask you, you are the coordinator of the mental health desk in Lagos State. What exactly is your responsibility and how have you helped people in Lagos State?
Right, so I think we're quite pretty wide, and I think I'll just summarize that in a few because we really don't have a lot of time. The state is constructing a 500-bed psychiatric hospital with a 1,000-bed rehab facility to increase the number of services that are available to Lagosians. We're also trying to integrate mental health into general hospitals and primary health facilities so that people don't feel like if they need to see a therapist, they have to go to Yaba, and then when they're coming out, they say, I know what you went to do there. But if you walk into your general hospital or a PHC, anyone can go in there for anything, right? So it takes away the stigma associated with that. We also launched a helpline so that people don't even need to come in, right? They always have someone that they can talk to, a counselor who is available, to provide help to them. Social media, there's a lot of work going on there as well. And just trying to create as many outlets and network with as many people like I Choose Life, right, who are also doing incredible work in communities to be able to expand the knowledge, expand the awareness, create that advocacy, and availability of services for people.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tolu Ajomale and Mrs. Stephanie Adams Douglas. Thank you. I'm sure we've learned something from what you have shared with us today. And that's a wrap on this segment. The show continues after this break. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù.
àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ yẹn.
bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
torí kí ni.
àkọyẹ kọ́ mọ̀ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọ ọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. Tomorrow is World Heart Day. Joining us via Zoom to commemorate this day and speaking on children and adults with congenital heart diseases is pediatric cardiologist Dr. Wale Walabi. Welcome to the show, Dr. Wale.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So I want to ask this question because a lot of us are becoming aware of some of these things now. But how do you know that you're beginning to have a heart disease, first of all? What are some of the symptoms that you may see?
In particularly our case, we are pediatric cardiologists, so we deal with heart diseases that children are born with. So a lot of congenital heart disease, the symptoms occur early on in childhood, after birth. About 1% of children that are born with some sort of heart defect. So congenital heart disease is the most common childhood defect that is seen. So that takes about 80,000 to 90,000 kids are born worldwide congenital heart disease every year. So some of the symptoms that babies can have or children can have is difficulty feeding, not growing well, failure to thrive, breathing fast all the time, and especially struggling when feeding. So those are the most common things that infants can have with congenital heart disease.
Okay, so easier if a child is born and at birth, those issues are noticed. Or there are some children who, they give birth to them and then they get into like primary school stage and all of a sudden, they have some problems. And what is sad is most of the time it's almost late at the time you realize that it may be much more serious. What should parents look out for a young, active child? And, what are the signs that a parent should look out for and think this may be more serious than it looks?
Yeah, so definitely in that older child, that 10-year-old, 15-year-old that's had congenital heart disease all their life, depending on the type, but you can have symptoms like difficulty breathing, fatigue, unable to complete previous tasks. So if a kid could run 5 kilometers before and now they're only running 1 or half, or they walk into school and now they need someone to pick them up or take them, getting fatigued is a big thing you have to watch for. Difficulty breathing, turning blue around the lips is also a big thing. Some of the kids who do survive into that age have some particular things that have kept them alive. So sometimes they squat down for patients that have tetralogy or Fallot, and they have an obstruction blocking the blood flow to their lungs. They squat down to help increase the flow to their lungs. So if you see a child squatting down a lot to help them breathe, that's another sign that they might have some form of congenital heart disease. The very severe types need treatment, and those kids unfortunately pass away in the first year of life. And so early diagnosis is key, but like you're saying, if they do make it on to those adolescent years and teenage years, then you're looking for things like early fatigue and difficulty breathing, blueness, and things like that.
Is it possible for a child with heart disease as a young child for it not to be detected, and then in their 20s, they now develop, like there was this footballer, Nigerian footballer, Kanu Nwankwo, that had that had an operation for his heart. He was at the peak of his career when the heart disease knocked him down. Could he have been carrying that as a child into adulthood?
Yes. If I remember correctly, Kanu had a bicuspid aortic valve, and that is part of congenital heart disease, and that kind of congenital heart disease can be carried into adulthood, into 40s and 50s before you have issues. It's a problem with one of the major valves of the heart, but the main issues with that don't develop until later on. You can have it develop early in life, you can have it develop in the teenage years, and then in the 40s or 50s. We, with the organization we partner with, which is Hospitals for Humanities, we've come into Nigeria, work with our Nigerian partners and organizations in Nigeria to help diagnose and treat and perform surgeries in Nigeria on these children early on. And sometimes we do see young adults now in their 20s that things were not diagnosed and it's become too late. It's too late to do anything because there's been damage to the lungs and the person probably need a heart-lung transplant, and the resources for that are not there. So with the organization Hospital for Humanities, we are trying to partner with people that can come with us and help to diagnose, treat, and continue to treat, maintain the treatment, because this is a lifelong treatment. Over in the US, this is a lifelong treatment. Even after the initial surgery, you continue to need treatment and maintenance and making sure that's not just going to India one time and doing surgery and coming back. It's a continued treatment thing, making sure that the person doesn't relapse, they don't have further things that need further surgeries and things like that.
Dr. Wale, that brings me to my next question, because I wanted to understand how chronic the heart disease is. But now that you're saying it's a lifelong treatment, can it really be managed? And what sort of resources do you need? For instance, someone who does not have a proper healthcare system in place.
Those are very tough issues because it's a chronic disease process. 1% of children have congenital heart disease. So most of those children will do fine. They won't have critical congenital heart disease. About a quarter of those that have critical congenital heart disease. Those ones that have critical congenital heart disease, it costs a lot. You need surgeries. Most of them can be corrected with one surgery. Sometimes they need multiple surgery or surgery done in stages so that you do a stage so the kid can get to 6 months old. You do another stage, the kid can get to 2 years old. Another stage, the kid can get to 10 years old. So it's a continued thing. And so we've worked with partners in Nigeria that have helped us to sponsor. We've done about almost like 90 surgeries. There are about 2,000 children that we know of that are waiting for surgeries in Nigeria. And unfortunately, some of those children do pass away while on the list because we just can't get to we don't have the resources to get to that. So we're definitely looking for partners to partner with us. I can give out information on that, but we're definitely looking for partners because it's a much needed thing. There are about 200 surgeries that occur in Nigeria with the aid of international partners. So if you're doing 200 surgeries a year and you have 2,000 people on the waiting list, you have a lot of people waiting that need surgery.
Wow. Okay, so I'm listening to you and thinking, so it's taking you and your and the sponsors and doctors from America to come to Nigeria to carry out these surgeries. How do you feel? What would you advise our government? In what ways would you like to see them support, to help reach the number of children who are born, with congenital heart disease? Are we doing enough? Do you think that we have not the health system now, like a Ministry of Health? Do you think they are aware of how much that is needed and what needs to be put in place to just help the children in Nigeria, that we do not have to wait for doctors from America and sponsors from outside the country, to handle what it is that we're facing?
Yeah, I think there's all over the world, there's always more that can be done. And definitely in Nigeria, there's a lot that can be done. Initial diagnosis is key, checking things like pulse oximeter screening at birth, early, follow-ups, programs to help early follow-up with children with their pediatricians or their family doctors, things like that. Fostering to train more pediatric cardiologists in the country so that we can have more pediatric cardiologists. We have pediatric cardiologists in Nigeria that we partner with, both from Abuja to Josh University Teaching Hospital. So all over the country, we've partnered with people there. And part of our organization's goal is to educate, train, so that it can be more it can be sustainable in Nigeria. Over time, trying to build that sustainable thing in Nigeria where we can have continuous surgeries, even when doctors from America or Europe are not coming. Those programs can be built. So the Ministry of Health can help with that. Other sponsors can help with that. Philanthropists can help with that. In the U.S., there are government-run hospitals, yes, but you also have private institutions that can do these things. Definitely, a health system with health insurance that can pay for these things is great because it helps people who don't have the means to pay for thousands of dollars in surgery.
Doctor, since I started talking to you, my heart has started paining me. I hope it's all right.
You're not a child.
I'm sure you're fine.
I hope so. I've been feeling tightness. Yeah. I don't like discussing health issues.
This kind of issues, right? So, Dr. Wale, is there anything parents can do? For instance, pregnant women can avoid in the course of pregnancy so that their children don't come down with heart disease. Is it preventable?
Generally not. There are definitely some things like don't drink while you're pregnant. That helps to prevent fetal alcohol syndrome and things like that. Avoid hard drugs, avoid smoking. Those can cause some insufficiency to the placenta. Those kind of things are key. But the thing about congenital heart disease is that it just tends to happen. So it's that early screening. Once the baby is born, making sure the baby is checked out really well. If someone says your baby has something, don't disappear for 3 years or 5 years, and then you show up in urgency at that point in time. Make sure you push to your pediatrician. Make sure you push to your family doctor that, okay, someone said this kid had a murmur, or they heard something, or the kid's not growing well. You'll be the advocate for your child. And then, for our community sponsors across the country, if people want to partner with us, they can call us with HFH, Hospital for Humanities. Our website is hospitalforhumanities.org. Our phone number is 864-571-0604. We are looking for partners because, like I said, we're trying to build that sustainable culture in Nigeria so that these programs can be sustainable. Like, we don't want to just do it where we come, do 2 surgeries or 5 surgeries, and we go away, and then it's not sustainable in Nigeria. We want it to be sustainable. We want so that this can continue. So we need partners to partner with us, because these surgeries are not cheap. In the US, those surgeries can cost $100,000.
Wow.
For one surgery to keep that person in the hospital for that period of time.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. So we've been able to do it. We donate our time when we come. We don't take any money from anybody. So the money and resources that we get is to get the amenities that are needed, because those things it's pretty expensive to keep a heart-lung machine and things like that.
In this part of the world, we like to pray that God will help us and not give us a disease that our money cannot even go halfway.
That 60 million that you just said, the person will even have heart disease, God save. Thinking about this, the whole family will get the heart disease,
honestly,
not only the child.
Wow.
60 million.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wale Olabi. Thank you for being
problem.
on the show this morning and enlightening us. That's all we can take on today's show. Join us tomorrow for another exciting episode.